Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to, after you have uploaded all the necessary layers on the GeoServer backend, how to make this layer visible on the Latacunga Open City Toolkit. So first, what you are going to need is a Visual Studio code. So this is a IDE that allows developer to review the source code. So basically, as you can see here, you could just review all the source code in the your Open City Toolkit, and you could easily get a software installed from the official website. So it is very easy, just code.visualstudio.com, and then you could download a version of your computer operation system, and then you just install it. So it's quite straightforward. Okay, so let's start. Let me remind you, in last session we have created a thematic map that is the represent of the land use and land cover of Latacunga. And this layer we already also show you how to upload it in the backend system. So if you didn't forget it, it's quite straightforward. You just go to the GeoServer administrative panel, which located in the same virtual machine with the port 8080. So you just need to type your IP address, colon 8080/GeoServer, and that's all. So you need to have the administrative account and password from the administrator. Here I already have my password, so I could just log in. Here are the layers and also the styles and stores. So if you remember last time we talked about stores, where to show where the layer is, I could just show you very quickly. For example, today we'll show you how to do this layers, and this is somehow navigate to this geo packages. This is something quite important for data admin. And once the layer was published, you should be able to find in the layer list. So here we have all the Latacunga starting with, here is the layers. So once you have a uniform naming system with the title, then you can easily navigate to the layer that you want. So if I also remind you about the coordinate system, which is quite crucial, and you have always remember to calculate the bounding box from the data SRS bound, and also check the attribute table if it is there. So we know that the typo field is quite important because it represents the land type, which you could use for query modules, and also check the symbology if it is correctly published. So for example, if you click on the publishing tab, you should be able to see under the layer settings of the default style, you should be able to see the layer that you have defined exactly the same as you see in the QGIS. Okay, so everything seems quite fine. I could just click cancel now. And remember, this is the last step before you publish any data. You have to go to the layer preview. Then you could see all the layers. Just choose one of you want. So I think ours is called this one. So you click on the open layers, which allow you to see how layer will be rendered. Okay, it looks quite nice. The final check is about the transparency of symbology. If you remember that, in the styles, go to the styles where you wanted to check layers. You could just preview the region to check. Okay, this is our layers. So this is how it should be rendered. But of course, you could see that here is like the rectangle is quite not so nice because it's a little bit like one stroke width is quite thick, I would say. It's possibly shown not so nice on the map. And also like the layer transparent is not set. So how can we do it quickly? It's quite straightforward. last time I have shown you a very powerful tool. It's called Notepad++. So we could just open this. And we could just open a new one. Then we go back to the style layer descriptor. We just need to Control A is the access key of the select all, and then Control C means copy the whole content, and then go back to Notepad++, just Control V, and then you could just see it all. When you first time see this, it's quite normal to see everything black and white, but under the language, like I said last time, you should be able to choose XML. Then it will show correctly how the SLD should be rendered. So now here we could show a opacity here. So if you still remember, I'll show you how. So under SVG parameter, just field dash opacity. And then here you give how you like the layer to be transparent. So for example, I want the opacity to be 0.4. So this is a last check, and then it actually should also be here, for example. Make sure it comes to every field, just like this. So you could just do it quite straightforward. And then you could possibly also do the stroke width to be a little bit smaller. For example, 0.3 could be quite nice. So I think this two part that we need to modify, that's all. Okay, so that's look quite nice. And you just need to replace it with all. So after I have modified everything, of course, in this document, I still need to do something more, maybe. But because I already have some very nice adjust one, which is at the Latacunga server, so I'm just going to go to their backend. So I'm just going to find it. Also using the admin login. Go to the styles and find my styles here. So here should include a correct transparent information. So I'm just going to Control A, copy, and then just paste it here with the correct format. So it was pasted successfully. I just need to validate it, make sure everything is correct. So it says no errors. And then I could preview Legion and see how it is rendered. Okay, so now it looks a little bit transparent. This is what I want, so I just apply. And now it's saved. Here also should be a vector. So the final check, everything is fine. And then we could just go to the layer preview and preview the style again. So now, after we have set the transparency, it should see a transparent. Okay, this is the wrong layer. It should be the other one. This one. Okay, now it shows transparent. Perfect. So now I'm going to publish the layer. So as I have mentioned before, you have to go to the I could just close this one and also close this one. I could just go to the IDE and then I just open the whole file. So if you see the file system, like I see here, it should be look like this. And the data are all saved in the GeoServer data dir, data, Latacunga. And here are all the geo packages, including my land use land cover geo packages, which is fine. But you will see somehow different than in the IDE. For example, something important is under the web app, the environmental settings. So here you can have after you pull all the source code from GitHub, you should change here the IP address to your home machine. And then also the Latacunga latitude or longitude. And then what is matter for our task today is there's one script located under views, of course on the web app, and then views, and then map. So make sure you have this script here, which shows everything which relevant to the Open City Toolkit. So this script was control the front end, where are the thematic map are. So here we don't have this land use land cover map yet, but we already published the crop map. And now we are going to add a new land use land cover maybe under the crop map. So this is what I'm going to do. First, I need to scroll up in the script.js. This is a JavaScript file. So you could see that here, for example, thematic map. Here you started with administrative boundaries, layers, and so on and so on. And here is the population map, and then you have this crop map. So I wanted to copy this because it's quite similar. And then I will add a paragraph below this, but changing the name. So it's not a crop map anymore, it is land use land cover. So I could just type the name I prefer. Because this is used in this script only, so you could just give a constant of the parameter name that you want. But here the layer name is quite important because it have to be the same in the Geo server backend. So let's check again in our Geo server under the layers. So here the name is somehow important. So for example, this is the layer we want to publish is this one. I just need to copy this. I don't need a vector comma anymore, but just paste. So this is the layer name that's relevant. Here the min zoom and max zoom means to zoom which extent this layer will be visible. So from the zoom level 3 to 20, the layer can be seen. So maybe there are some layers which contain more geometries, like light, road light, for example. There are so many points, more than 10,000. Then you could define more like detailed zoom extent that this layer is shown. So after you have include this paragraph, don't forget this LTGA LULC map, because we're going to use it later. And we just scroll down here under the thematic map. This is where I wanted to put my land use land cover map. So I'm just going to copy the style like the one above. Here you can see something already here, right? So once you have already including a naming system on the top, it will show up immediately. But I think this is not correct because I use land use land cover. I don't have I think it should be this name. And here I have to give what I would like to naming this layer on the front end. So it is name should be like your package's name, maybe regulars. So I go back to my IDE and then I just paste it. It's So double check again if this is correct. Scroll up. There are so many layers, so this is it. To be more safe, I just copy it and then paste it here. Seems like it's okay. Okay, so make sure that you have a comma at the end, and then you just save this script. And then remember, you need a Linux terminal in order to make the Docker compile the script to show the latest changes. So first, you need to log into terminal. Of course, you could get the login credential from the administrator. And then you just go to Open City Toolkit. What I have done here is just type at the beginning of several letters and then just press tab. And then it will autofill for you. So remember that you have to navigate to the Open City Toolkit root directory. So I'm going to show what is the scripts here. So it looks like okay. And now I just need to compile. So I have to stop OCT first. I think when the system deployment, if you already finished this tutorial sections, then you should know the Docker command quite nice. Then you have to build again so that this script changes will be taking over. Okay, so it's finished. I'm going to Docker run. So without any errors, now the changes should be carried through at the front end. Go back to Open City Toolkit. If you have a clear cache button here, you could use it, but I'm just going to refresh the page. And then after everything configured correctly, I should be able to see the newer land use land cover maps. Wow, it's on. Okay, so now it shows very beautiful, transparent symbologies, just like what we have configured. If you want to be more transparent, then you have to give the number to be a little bit smaller than 0.4. So if you want to less transparent, then you could give a bigger number. So this is how we have upload the layers for data admin only. I hope you enjoy these sessions and see you around very soon. Bye bye.